Union. Jibby. All right, Chuck, relax. All right, welcome to another installment of our online training we're doing here at Strahan's Karate Center. I'm Lauren Pursley, instructor here at Strahan's, and we're going to get started with the warm-up. So let's do something different. Let's do some running in place a little bit, and we'll get to doing some other things too. All right, here we go. All right, so you just do a light jog, warm up the legs, walk the arms if you want to. All right, now let's do some high knees. Bring the knees up, high as you can. And back down to some jogging in place. Walk the arms around. Some high knees. And jogging. All right, and good. All right, now let's get down for some push-ups. We're going to do some shoulder tap push-ups. We're going to do 10 of them. Each time I tap my shoulder is 1, 2, 3, like that, all right? And then we're going to do about a 30-second plank after that. Here we go. All right, so push-up position, and hana, toe, set, net, toss it, yose, ilga, yudo, hop, yo. Now, if you can do more, great. We're going to get down for plank position, right at 30 seconds. You can do this a couple of different ways. You can do them on your hands. You can do them on your elbows. You can do them with one foot. You can do them with no feet. No, wait, you can't do that. Oh, okay. You gotta have at least one foot on the ground. All right, otherwise you'll fall over. All right. Got about another 10 seconds. This is really good for strengthening the core. And show, relax. All right, we'll move on to our next thing, which is going to be elevated crunches. All right, you can put your legs up on something, or you can just simply lift them up like this. What we're going to do, we're going to reach up, see if we can touch your toes. We're going to do this 10 times. I'm going to count. If you can do more, you do 10 more. All right, here we go. Hana, toe, set, net, tose, yose, ilga, yudo, up, yo. Good job. All right, now time for today's warm-up challenge. We're going to do something called a crunch punch. So I've got a chair here. You can use a piece of furniture, whatever you got. Put my feet up like this, and we're going to come across, do a crunch basically, and we're going to throw a punch as we do 1, 2, 1, 2, as we come up. All right, we're going to do 10 of those just to show you what this looks like. All right, if you can do more, in fact, that's the challenge. How many can you do? So let's do these. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. That's hard to do after you've been doing a plank. All right, we're all warmed up, good and sweaty. Let's move on to the next thing.
All right, we're going to start what's called a flow set. This was developed by Master Scott Holmchek at River Valley Tung Sudo. So we're going to take portions of this and work on this over the next few weeks. This first group has a series of 5 techniques, the real basic techniques. We'll demonstrate it and then we'll go over it. So this first flow set has 5 techniques: low defense, high defense, in to out defense, out to in defense, and a reverse punch. So this is ultimately what you're going to try to perform. Now to help break that down, stepping out, you're going to step into a front stance, do a basic low defense to start. Then the next move is reverse high defense. And remember, reverse means opposite hand and foot. And next up will be an in to out block, normal position. Then we're going to go right into a reverse out to in block. And then finish with a regular middle straight punch. So again, one more time in a very slow motion, stepping forward, front stance, low defense, reverse, high defense, in to out, reverse out to in, and middle punch. And then you will repeat, stepping forward, low, reverse high, in to out, reverse out to in, and middle punch. And over the next few weeks, we'll be adding to this, so eventually we get up to somewhere to about 35 to 36 techniques in one fluid motion. Thank you. All right, so now we're going to work with the screamer stick, short stick. So first key part here that we're going to go through the 14 angles striking. Key is your dominant arm, the arm the stick is in, that leg will be forward. Opposite hand will just be kind of in front of your chest here to be out of the way. Typically start from a ready position such as here. We're going to go slowly through the angles, then I'll demonstrate it with a little more speed. Then we'll move over to the bob bag and I'll show you the application of how each of these strikes should be hitting and where about it should be hitting. So angle 1 comes down across. Angle 2 comes up and goes what's called a closed backhand. So we start with what's called open and we come into closed here. So number 1 comes down and across, comes up. Number 2 goes down and across but from the closed position. Number 3 comes horizontally across. Number 4 is closed, comes back across. Number 5, you tuck in, you're going to do a straight stab right into the center of the gut. Now from here, drop the tip down. You're going to come around from the closed position, stab into the side of the body, drop the tip around, come to an open position, strike again the other side of the ribs. And this time we're going to come back, we're going to do an angle strike, but coming up from down to up angle. Number 9, again closed position, coming from a down to an up angle. Number 10, now we're going to stab open side to the side of the head, drop the tip down, come around the closed side. Number 11, stab to the side of the head. Number 12, you're going to come up over your head and do a straight down strike. Now you can either come behind your leg or you can come in front of your leg, it doesn't matter. Because next, number 13, you're going to turn it, we're going to strike up, straight up the center. If you come from the front of your body, you can just come straight up. If your arm is back here behind, what you want to do is you're going to turn your body as you strike up. Either way is fine, it's whichever is most comfortable to you as you come up to strike. And then 14, you're going to take what's called the puño, or the butt end of the stick, and you're going to drive it right into the forehead of the attacker, of the opponent. So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, so now we're going to demonstrate the 14 different angles of attack on an actual bob here so you can see exactly where I'm striking. So again, stick leg is forward, other hand is to your center of your chest. So number 1 angle comes down an angle, across the collarbone, down across the body. Number 2, again, closed position. Again, the other side of the body, down across the collarbone. Number 3, horizontal, comes across near the floating ribs, across the body. And 4, closed, comes again across the body. Number 5, we're going to do a straight shot straight into the solar plex, or the abdomen. Drop it down. We're now going to stab into the floating ribs for number 6. Number 7 comes the other side, stab to the other side. Number 8, I'm going to draw it back. Now we're going to strike up through the floating rib, up through the body. Number 9, close position. Again, up through the floating rib, through the body. From here, number 10, I'm going to stab to the head, somewhere the temple, the eye, the cheekbone. Number 11, bring it around, close side. Again, strike, temple, head, jaw, whichever. Over the head. Now we're going to go straight down the center, right down the forehead. Now we're going to turn it up, come up through the groin, come through. Again, back over the head. This time, again, the punyo. We're going to come right into the forehead with the bridge of the nose. So quicker now this time. Come through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
All right. Okay, now we're going to wrap up with today's mat chat. All right, today we're going to talk about one of the tenets of Tang Soo Do, concentration. Concentration. Now, multitasking is a word that you may have heard used. That means doing multiple things at the same time. You know, you're cooking dinner, or you're watching TV, or you're talking on the phone, or you're doing all those things at once. And the fact of the matter is, you might be able to pull that off, but you will do each one of those things probably not good, okay, rather poorly. With Tang Soo Do training, it takes concentration. You need to focus on the techniques. You need to be focusing on what you're doing, one thing at a time. So if you're training, particularly in these times where you're training at home by yourself, you need to really focus on what it is you're doing. Don't let other distractions or people around you or videos or noises or whatever, you know, mess up your concentration. If you have to, go outside on a pretty day and practice your forms. And just really focus on each technique to make it better each time you do it. Concentration, it's what's needed for Tang Soo Do training, particularly in times like that. All right, well, that's all we got today, so we'll see you next time. Niet Tang Soo!